This is literally why this guy is always a champion. Are they trying to impress him? Are the engineers, all these guys at the team, are they working harder, faster, quicker? This is what Fred Vasseur was talking about. Actually, the main reason for this guy being a champion, right? He knows when to switch up. He knows what team to go to. He knows when to make the move, when potentially everyone else is questioning why is he doing that. Welcome back, guys, to another video, race number 1. Let's get into it. I hope you enjoy the content. If you do, please make sure you give this video a thumbs up and please subscribe to the channel. Has Lewis Hamilton just pulled off the biggest masterstroke ever? So let's just talk around what's going on in the world of Formula 1 recently. Red Bull are sinking badly, quite rapidly. McLaren don't really know who their number 1 driver is. It's all very weird. So a horrible, toxic little group is growing there, similar to what we had with Lewis and Nico in the past. Now, Mercedes is going to become horrible in the terms of George Russell's going to be up against it every weekend. He's come from being the underdog to effectively, he's going to be the king that gets slayed by young Kimi when Kimi joins the team next year. And then we've got Ferrari. Now, and we know Adrian Newey, we know Aston Martin is going to be announced soon, and we know Aston Martin will be strong, but probably not next year. I couldn't imagine he's going to have that much an effect rapidly, but maybe he will. Maybe Adrian Newey will look at the car and go, look, change this, change that, boom, let's go win some races. That could happen. But what we've seen last weekend out in Monza from the Ferraris, the degradation on the tyres, the performance, obviously it was a low downforce track, I understand that, but how fast they were. And it actually gives me some hope for the future that actually Ferrari could settle things and they could get everything right. We know there's talk of them potentially getting Mike Elliott. And if they do get Mike Elliott, and although things didn't go well for him when he was at Mercedes and when they tried to bring in the zero side pod, right? But if the zero side pod worked, we'd be screaming that Mike Elliott is a superstar and he's just as skillful and as keen to have as Adrian Newey. But for whatever reason, it didn't work out perfectly for Mike Elliott. But resurrection, and never underestimate someone who feels like he's been dealt unjustly, right? He lost his job at Mercedes and he was blamed as the focal point, but you know, Mercedes isn't made up just, or the team isn't developed just based on one person's opinion or one person's design. It goes through rigorous testing, rigorous trials and errors between various different engineers. It wasn't just Mike Elliott going, yeah, that's good, I'm going to do this, guys, we should do this. That didn't happen. That wasn't the case, right? So there was a few more people to blame for that. But nonetheless, what we've seen from Ferrari this weekend, tyre degradation, top speed, performance, upgrade packages that actually worked. We've seen they brought an upgrade package last weekend and it actually worked, right? And there was some concern that Ferrari don't know what they're doing, their technical team don't know what they're doing, they're all over the place. But no, this weekend, they gave me a bit of hope. And I think also they gave a lot of hope to Lewis Hamilton. I think Lewis Hamilton's probably sitting there going, I'm not too sure whether I made the right move. You know, Mercedes, we've seen Mercedes have been quick now. Maybe I should stay at Mercedes. But no, this weekend, it all turned around. Ferrari looked quick. Now, it's rumoured that Ferrari are going to continue to bring upgrades. Even more importantly, they're going to bring more and more upgrades. So all of a sudden, Ferrari could turn into an absolute power team. And in actual fact, Charles Leclerc could still win the Drivers' Championship. Right? If this is how mad it is, if Lando and Oscar continue to fight in between themselves, there is still a chance that, obviously, including that Max is still driving a skip, there's still a chance that even Charles could win the Drivers' Championship. That's how close things have got. And Formula 1 is back to being competitive. But once again, has Lewis Hamilton pulled the most genius master stroke of anyone? We saw it years and years and years ago when he joined Mercedes. Everyone was thinking, oh my gosh, why have you gone to Mercedes? Why are you leaving McLaren to go to Mercedes? And then we saw they struggled in the beginning. And then bang, when the new regulations came out, they was on top. Now there's a lot of hope here, right? You can hear it in my voice. There's a lot of hope. I'm a Lewis Hamilton fan. I was a Mercedes fan, but equally I'm happy to support Ferrari. But there is a bit of hope in me. There is a little bit of a dream, a little young school kid's dream to see Lewis get his 8th Drivers' Championship. And then if he got his 8th, would everyone then go on to say, okay, Lewis, yeah, you are the best driver? Because what people say now, people say, oh, statistically, he might be the best race driver we've ever seen, but he's not the best race driver. I don't understand. Like, the guys are... I'm not going to get into... Not going to argue with the fans. I'm not going to argue with fans. It is what it is. But to me, if he gets his eighth, who can compare to him? And obviously, Michael Schumacher, you have to rate the guy. He's definitely up there. He's a legend, absolute legend, living legend. Um, but surely that just quietens all the doubters, all of the haters. Like Max Verstappen is very good. I will never take anything away from Max Verstappen. He's very good. But if Lewis gets his eighth, and if he gets this eighth, this would be epic. This would be epic.